Hey guys, TehJew22 here, and welcome back to another episode of TehJew22 Talks. Now, last time I talked with the young lady known as Miss Link, otherwise known as Via Vanille, and her interview sets two records. It sets the record for longest overall interview as well as the longest in terms of parts. But my next guest is one who is, he's setting some records himself, but in a whole different way in terms of at least subscribers, because I'll be honest, he has more subscribers than me, and that's a record that will take a while to get, that I'll get to reach, but enough about me. The way I found this person was through, I actually think he came to me, but I'm pretty sure my guest will elaborate more on that. But he's a good friend of mine, and he goes by many names, but the most common is the Shy Guy. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the Shy Guy with the Lazy Eye, or Shy Guy with the Lazy Eye.
Hello, everybody. This is Shy Guy with the Lazy Eye, and welcome to my first interview with my good friend TehJew22. I'm a little nervous, so I apologize if I'm sounding a little clammy.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, heck, you can only imagine how nervous I was when I had my first real-life interview.
Yeah, seriously.
But hey, I mean, I'm pretty sure Shy Guy has done it throughout his life, but we'll get to that much later in the interview. But anyway, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing really well. I am just editing my Twilight Princess Let's Play, the last part of the last session, and I also got back from an eye exam, which, as many of you know, is never fun. My eyes are dilated right now, and my vision's slowly coming back, but yeah, it's just, I look like a cat. My eyes are really dilated, and it's such a weird sensation. It's so strange.
Yeah, I would think it would be, but then again, it would fit the fact that your surname is the Lazy Eye.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
So, I would think that at some point you would try to get that fixed.
Yeah.
But then you wouldn't be the Shy Guy with the Lazy Eye anymore, or would you? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, my lazy eye, I actually do have a lazy eye in real life, a pretty bad one if I don't wear my glasses, and we tried to get it fixed when I was younger. I had LASIK surgery, and I actually wear an eye patch over my right eye to try to make my lazy eye the more dominant one, and just nothing happened. And over time, I've just kind of dealt with it and adapted to it, and I mean, sure, I was made fun of a little bit, but it's just like, whatever, it's just, it's me, it's who I am, and I don't want to change myself for anyone.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it would help you in the long run, like getting like LASIK surgery or whatever you can afford to get, anything to help you, I would not be opposed to it. I really wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if I could get LASIK surgery and I wouldn't feel a thing, like especially if they have to put me to sleep in order to operate on me. And then when it's all said and done, I wouldn't have to wear my glasses anymore. But to be honest with you, I really don't care if I wear glasses or not. It's just that if it was given to me on a silver platter, I might do it.
Yeah, I mean, I like glasses, and I tried contacts, but I couldn't do the responsibility of putting them in and taking them out every morning because I just forgot about them, and they irritated my eyes when they got dried out. And
yeah, that's the one thing that's why I don't use contacts at all. In fact, I never used them.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. But yeah, that's pretty much the legend of the Lazy Eye of Shy Guy with the Lazy Eye. Am I right?
Yeah, and the reason why I chose the Shy Guy is because back when I chose my username, it was 2012, I believe. Either 2012 or 2013. It's right after I graduated high school, which I graduated high school in 2011. And I got my first job, and I was really shy. And I'm not really shy online, but at the time of that new job, I was really shy. I was getting to know my coworkers. And I decided to just use Shy Guy with the Lazy Eye because I was shy at the time. I'm a guy, and I have a lazy eye, and I guess, yeah, and the Shy Guy from the Mario series is one of my favorite enemies from that game, or, Super Mario Brothers 2, so it's symbolic, but it's, I don't know, that's how I came up with the name.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. But I did want to ask you one thing, and that is, I don't know how good your memory is, because, I have a really good memory for the most part, but I cannot seem to remember how it is I met you. I think you might have came to my channel, but I could be wrong about that.
That's a hard one, because I have a really kind of bad, I have a bad memory with, short-term things, but, I can remember things when I was, 2. And I think we met each other when we were looking up a Super Smash Brothers video, and I saw your comment, and it made me really laugh, so I decided to check out your channel.
Maybe it was Slim Kirby's his Smash Hype videos, maybe?
Yeah, because I remember looking up Smash Brothers for the Wii U because I was really hyped for that game, and I think I stumbled upon this video, and then I saw your comment, and it made me really laugh, so I just decided to start talking to you, and I noticed that you did Let's Plays, and I wanted to meet my fellow Let's Players, and I wanted to make, a nice little family, a nice community among, smaller Let's Players such as ourselves.
Speaking of small communities, we have to support each other because, really, Slim Kirby's not going to go out of his way to help us. I mean, it'd be nice if he could, but the sad thing is, because he's so famous, that to try to get a rub off of him would be like trying to climb Mount Rushmore.
Seriously. With no gear.
No, not just that, but I'm saying, or rather, not so much to climb Mount Rushmore, but to become one of the faces on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen, but I would think that Slim Kirby, his face, if, albeit a Kirby face, because, I'm pretty sure he would want to protect his identity. Notwithstanding that, I would think that his likeness would be on the Mount Rushmore of all the great Let's Players out there.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what do you really think of the great Slim Kirby?
Well, I honestly, to be completely honest, I only saw that one video and that was it. I never really checked out his channel because I checked out yours and I got kind of sidetracked.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, now, as I ask you this question, alright, this is one of those questions of, what did you think of me? Because how you think of me then, or what you thought of me then, and what you think of me now are two completely different things. But what did you think of me then?
Well, to be completely honest, I thought you were very nice. I thought your voice, and still is relaxing. It's just easy listening. My voice is really loud, and when I'm drinking coffee in the morning before I record, it's really loud and expressive and booming, and your voice is very calm and relaxing, but still informative.
Yeah.
And I still think that now, that your voice is just really, really nice. I feel like you could be a radio host and everyone would tune into the channel just to hear you talk, because your voice it's that special kind of voice that people want to listen to, unlike myself.
Yeah, so you're saying I have a face for radio.
You have a voice for radio.
I have a voice for radio.
Yes.
Okay, that's well, I will admit, I do get that a lot from my sister, but I think she means it when she says that I have a face for radio.
Yeah, well, I've never seen your face, so I wouldn't know.
Well, I mean, I did feature myself a few times, but I'm not one that wants to show his face all the time because, well, I'm kind of a shy guy like you.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a toad.
Yeah, the only reason why I would show my face is either if I'm playing a horror game, because I believe that when I get scared, I make really nice expressions, and that's pretty much it. When I'm playing horror games or PC games that make me, rage, I want to show my face because like Let's Playing The Legend of Zelda or Let's Playing, Super Mario Brothers, 3, I don't really want to show my face because it's like, what's the point? I'll just be staring at a screen and talking over it. But with like horror games, like you jump back and scream and make all these funny expressions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is something actually. Okay, so more or less. So you're saying that more or less, what you thought of me then is more or less the same as what you think of me now.
Yes.
Okay.
Back then I got the assumption that you were nice because of your commentary, but now I know that you're nice and you're one of my very good friends on YouTube.
Well, I am very, very honored, but I mean, I was going to say something, but I would think that would be saved for like later in the interview. But I'll just tell you what I thought of you.
Yeah.
And what I think of you now. When I first saw you, I thought you were a bit too crazy for your own good.
Yeah.
But then I thought, you know what? Maybe you're just crazy because that is what your personality is. And I thought, well, I don't know very many crazy Let's Players out there, so I figured, why not? I'll just watch your stuff.
Yeah.
And then, but I then realized that the Shy Guy had a much deeper meaning, especially behind the mask.
Yeah.
And I mean that metaphorically. I don't mean that literally.
Yeah,
But you get it.
Yeah, no, because I remember when I started this channel, I was really trying to differentiate myself from the other Let's Players. I didn't want to be, just an average Joe. But I feel like when I first started, my over-the-topness wasn't genuine. But now when I react to something, I feel that it's genuine, and when I'm really, like, angry about something, it's genuine. I don't tend to overreact as much. I mean, I overreact a little bit, but I don't think it's overreacting, but I tend to be more expressive when I'm angry, as you know. And
that's one of the reasons I do like about you, because you just know how to channel your emotions to what is happening in the game. And then but of course, as I was going to say, like, and that was pretty much my impression of you when I first met you. And then later on, I noticed that. Well, actually, that's kind of like going into the like much later in the interview.
Yeah.
I just thought about that, so I'll have to wait on that. But yeah, that's what I thought of you then. But as far as being a good friend of mine, and you are a good friend of mine.
Thank you.
I always tell people that you don't become a good friend just by, commenting once and never commenting to me again. It's
exactly.
Like you have to be active with you don't have to be like so active, but you have to be active enough to, talk to me, and you are very active. And also, just the fact that you treat me with respect as much as I treat you with respect, because I figured, to get respect is to respect back, and pretty soon you're going to get it.
Exactly.
Respect, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people should treat, like me personally, I think I treat people how I feel like I want to be treated. Like, I work in the customer service industry, I work in a call center, so I get a lot of angry customers, but it's just like, I treat people how I want to be treated, not like the opposite.
Yes, exactly. You can't treat anybody just because you can.
Yeah.
That's pretty much a recipe for disaster. And
that's being a bully.
I know that's being a bully, and the fact, that kind of reminds me of a lot of someone else I've known. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other questions. How did you get into, the Let's Play business?
Well, I remember back in my freshman year of high school, that was, 2007?
Yeah, that's when it started. That's when the Let's Play business officially began in 2007.
Yeah, because I remember when I graduated in 2011, so that's 4 years back. That's 2007? 2006? No,
I'm trying to count it off.
Okay.
You said 2011 was when you graduated,
yes.
like summer of 2011?
Yeah, summer 2011.
Okay. No, that was 2008 when you were a freshman.
So yeah, I remember me and my friend Tyler, he's still my very good real life friend today. We were watching this podcast in our computer science class when we were supposed to be doing animation. Horror, and yeah, we were watching this podcast of this person playing Metal Gear Solid 4, and it made me laugh, and I'm like, I want to do that. You know, I want to make people laugh. I want to entertain people while playing video games, and then I couldn't afford the equipment at the time because I didn't have a job, but I remember a couple years later, I watched, back in 2008, during that broadcast, I went home and I looked up a Nintendo broadcast, and then I found Nintendo Capri Sun, and I watched The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask Let's Play, and it made me laugh my butt off consistently, and that's when I said, you know what? I think I can do this. I think I can make people laugh, so I got a cheap flip cam from Best Buy that my parents got me for Christmas, and I pointed it at the screen, and just talked while I played video games, and then, you know, eventually I got my capture card today back in 2012, and yeah, I've kind of been on and off Let's Playing, and until I made the Shy Guy with the Lazy Eye channel, that's when I knew that I wanted to do this, but I've must admit that my quality in commentary and my quality with video, especially with the Twilight Princess Let's Play, has been really inconsistent. Like, there's been multiple quality issues, audio issues, video issues, and it's been changing all the time, but I think what I have right now is going to be my consistent presentation of the video and audio.
Yes.
And I remember, I'm sorry, I'm kind of just rambling, but I remember when I started watching Nintendo Capri Sun, I was in a very bad spot in my life. I was depressed.
So he helped you out of a situation that, in other words, he cheered you up, and
yes.
You were able to recover somewhat.
Oh yeah, very much so. Very much so.
That's really good to know, actually.
Now it's just like, I have all these wonderful things in my life. Why should I be depressed?
Exactly, and you know, that kind of reminds me of It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Because I guess that kind of goes back to, you know, because we don't have a lot of experiences, like experiences like I had with Via Vanille or even Pika Pika Power. But one thing I noticed that in the middle of your, not Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess Let's Play that you're doing right now?
Yeah.
I noticed that the quality did drop off. I think it was episode 30 all the way up to, was it episode 59 or
yeah,
or you know, because that was like back when you were known as Shy Guy Gaming.
Yeah.
And I noticed that the views went down a little bit, but through no fault of your own. But I noticed that your commentary style was a bit more depressed.
Yeah. What was that, like a couple months ago? Like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, maybe half a year?
Yeah.
I remember I was really depressed during that time and not very happy because I just lost my job at Xerox, the other call center that I was working at, and it was just, this 2014 has been a really bittersweet year. I lost my job. Laura and I were about to be homeless. I fell for a scam. Multiple scams actually, just trying to make ends meet. And I didn't know where Laura and I, which is Shy Wife, she actually came home. I didn't know where we were going to end up, relationship-wise. And I wanted to keep on Let's Playing because I thought, it cheered me up.
Escape.
Yeah, and making people happy cheers me up. And guys, I'm just letting you know, for everyone, if you guys are depressed, it's going to get better, because I thought that it wouldn't get better with me, and look where I am now. I'm in my own place with a very successful job. Laura has a full-time job, and I'm talking to one of my good friends. So just keep this in mind, that if you're depressed and if you're going through hard times, just know that there are people out there that love you, and it's going to get better. You're not going to be stuck.